Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome to Driving School Tutorial. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mr. Bolanle. Good afternoon, Sister Mibe. Good afternoon, Sister Sophia. Good afternoon, Sister Vicky. Good afternoon, Mr. Evidence. Good afternoon, Sister Chichi. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Sorry for the delay. I apologize for that. Good afternoon, Sister Naomi. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. If you are meeting me for the first time, my name is Frank. You're welcome to Driving School Tutorial. Today we are here to answer some questions together, and please don't forget that if you have any question to so if you have any question, maybe you want to ask or you would like me to explain to you, you can always reach me through this number that that is displaying here. Let me place the number, in this angle. So you can send your question. It don't even matter if you are in my tutorial or not. You can send your question. We'll still do it together. It's not a problem for me. So good afternoon once again. Good afternoon. Please, if you can hear me, just let me know that you can hear me. Good afternoon, Sister Owowo. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Please let me know you can hear me at the comment section or at the chat section so that we can proceed. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I'm waiting for your response. Good afternoon, Mr. Sister Favor. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Sister Rosemary. Okay, yes, Sister Rosemary said yes, loud and clear. Okay, thank you, Sister Favor. Thank you, Sister Sister Esther. Good afternoon, Sister Esther. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon to you all. So, like I said, we are here to answer some questions together. And also, before we proceed, I would like to apologize for last week for not being able to come out and, answer questions with us. And also, I appreciate so many of you who also show concern, wanting to know what happened. I really appreciate that. Thank you for that. It was just a personal, just like that. There are some other activities that one also need to engage. So and that's why I couldn't make it to that last Saturday's, meeting. But please always understand something. Whenever I'm not around, if I can't make it to the tutorial or to the meeting, I will always try to make sure I update you via Facebook and WhatsApp. So if maybe you're adapting, you don't know if this guy will be around today, or just go and check. There must be an update, you understand? When there is no update, or if there is no update, bear it in mind, I will always try to come out. Whether late or early, I will always try my best. So from YouTube, I would like to know if you can hear me from YouTube. I'm not getting any response from YouTube. The Facebook, yes, they can hear me, but from YouTube, can you hear me? YouTubers, please, can you hear me? I'm still waiting before we proceed. Can you hear me from YouTube? Please let me know at the comment section. Okay, that's from Sister Naomi. She said, yes, I can hear you. Okay. Okay, now that you can hear me, let us proceed to the first question of today, which says, per non costituire pericolo intralcio per la circolazione è necessario limitarsi ad osservare il limite massimo di velocità. So what is our response to this question number 1? Is it vero or falso? Please let us know at the comment section. Okay, so question number 1, it says, per non costituire pericolo o intralcio per la circolazione, è necessario limitarsi ad osservare il limite massimo di velocità. So, what is our response? Good afternoon, Sister Abigail. Good afternoon, Mr. Monday. Good afternoon, Sister Mr. Brett, sorry. Good afternoon. Okay. We are having Vero. Good afternoon, Sister Anita. We are having Vero. Good afternoon, Sister Mr. Victor. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. If I mention your name, good afternoon. If I'm not able to mention your name, good afternoon. And please, as we are, answering these questions, please do me a favor. Just try to share it with your friends. Share it via YouTube, Facebook, whatsoever platform you want to share it. What's up? Just try to invite people to join, and I appreciate you as you do so. Sister Vicky, good afternoon. So you said number 1, Vero, and we may have Mr. Roland. Number 1, Vero. Good afternoon, Mr. Roland. So we're having Vero. Please let me know what's your answer or your response to this question. Sometimes we don't need to waste too much time, because on that day of your exam, you don't have much time to answer questions. You understand? Remember, you are having 30 questions to answer or to respond to within 20 minutes. So inside these 20 minutes, or before these 20 minutes, you are supposed to be done with your questions. You understand? So let us learn how to also respond to questions as fast and quick as possible. So we're having Vero. Okay, others are not responding. Let's assume we are not familiar with the question, or we don't understand what the question is. But let me tell us one good thing about questions that carried Vero and falso. We call it objective. You understand? So it's either you respond true or false, A or B. You understand? Questions like this, sometimes when you don't know it, it happens in exam hall. Maybe you are writing your exam, you don't even know what this question is. Don't leave it and say, "Bo, I don't know it." Then you proceed. Give anything you like to eat, you understand? But bear it in mind that you don't know it, and wait for the explanation, you understand? For example, on your exam day, if you find any question you don't have any answer to, please make sure answer anything, just write anything, you understand? Whether you know it or you don't know it, you understand? Don't leave it blank, okay? It's very important, because if you answer anything, you're having 30 to 40% to get it right, you understand? So why the other 60 to 70% is because you don't know if it's right or wrong, you understand? So that is it. Now the question says, per non costituire pericolo o intralcio per la circolazione, è necessario limitarsi ad osservare il limite massimo di velocità, which is, in order not to constitute or to cause a danger or hindrance to circulation, it is necessary for you to limit your observation to the speed limit. You understand? Now, let us explain or go in details about what this question is telling us. So many things that we need to understand regarding this question. These are the speed limits here in Italy. Inside inhabited area, we have 50 kilometers per hour as maximum. Outside inhabited area, we have 90 kilometers per hour maximum. I'm speaking generally. Outside inhabited area for the main suburban road, we have 110 kilometers per hour generally. While in autostrada or what do they call it? In a motorway, we have 130 kilometers per hour. You understand? Generally. Now, these are speed limits that you need to observe. You understand? But what happens sometimes when you are having some due to some condition of the road or the circulation, the owner of the road, for example, here we're in Strada Estrabana Principale, where the maximum speed limit is 110 kilometers per hour, generally. 110 kilometers per hour. That is what the speed limit of this type of road is supposed to be. But if you look at here, what we are having here, I don't know if you can see it. Yes, you can see it. You see that the owner of the road is giving us this 70 kilometers per hour as the maximum speed limit that we need to drive here. Therefore, we need to observe this speed limit. You understand? Why are we observing it? Because due to the condition of this road, the owner of the road is telling us that, yes, the maximum speed limit generally in this type of road is 110 kilometers per hour. But the owner of the road is giving us this 70 kilometers per hour, which we need to observe in order to ensure the safety of the road. But what is the question telling us? The question is telling us that in order not to constitute or in order not to create or cause a danger or hindrance to circulation, that we need, or it is not necessary for us, it is necessary for us to limit our observation, to the speed limit, which is, the other hand, it is not necessary for us to observe the speed limit, which is not true, because you cannot afford not to observe the speed limit. Because the reason why the owner of the road gives you this speed limit, even when you are supposed to drive 110 kilometers per hour, is to ensure the safety of the road, which the owner of the road expects you to observe it. You understand? So for the question to tell you that you need to limit, because limiting the your way of observing the speed limit is a kind of not observing the speed limit, limiting it. So sometimes you can decide to observe it, sometimes you just decide not to observe it. You understand? It has limit. Maybe you just say, no, today I don't want to observe it. You understand? So tomorrow you observe. So you are limiting it. You don't have to limit it. You need to always observe the speed limit that is given, in that particular stretch of road in order to ensure the safety of the road. So the answer to this question is falso. Per non costituire pericolo in traccio per la circolazione è necessario limitarsi ad osservare il limite massimo di velocità. Is falso. It is not true. The answer to number 1 is falso. Good afternoon, Sister Amaka. Good afternoon, Mr. Leo. So please take note of this question. It is falso. It is not true. You understand? Don't forget, if you have anything you don't understand, do not hesitate to make sure you ask question. You understand? If you can't ask question, maybe you don't feel like typing, let me know. I can even, you have the number there. You send the question there, you understand? If it's a voice call or, anyhow, ask question. Make sure you understand what we are talking about. Is very important, because on the day of your exam, you are the one to face the exam alone. I will not be there to explain to you. So that is why you need explanation before you go to that exam hall. So let's move to the question number 2, which says, il pannello giallo in figura posto nella parte posteriore del rimorchio individua un autotreno o un autoarticolato? What is our response to this question number 2? Vero or falso? What is our question to this, our response to this question number 2? Vero or falso? Il pannello giallo in figura posto nella parte posteriore del rimorchio individua un autotreno o un autoarticolato, vero o falso? Please just try to be specific. If you're responding to number 2, just specify it. Let us know the question you are responding to. We're having vero, number 2, vero, we're having vero, vero. Okay, we're having vero. To question number 2, like I said, there is no more time to waste. Question number 2 says, il pannello giallo in figura posto nella parte posteriore del rimorchio individua un autotreno o un autoarticolato. So now, question number 2. You see, this is a back of a vehicle. At the back of this vehicle, I cannot be able to identify what type of vehicle is this that I'm following at the back. But having this vehicle in this form, I can be able to tell you that this vehicle can either be autotreno or autoarticolato, you understand? Which is either this one or the other one. Reason is because of this panel that is attached here. And what is this panel? This panel is a reflective panel, a reflector, which is used to identify this category of vehicle. You understand? Which is, for example, we still have it here. You can see it here. You understand? So this is the panel. So from the back of this vehicle, I can be able to tell you that this vehicle is either autotreno, which is trailer truck, or is what is it called? Autoarticolato, which is articulated lorry. You understand? Because that yellow reflector or yellow panel at the back of that vehicle is, placed there in order to, to point out this type of vehicle, to let you know, because like I said earlier, if you are at the back of this type of vehicle, you don't know if you are at the back of, because you are at the back, you can't bring your head out from this side or the other side. So the vehicle is covering all the parts of you, you understand, the part of you. Now, you want to know this vehicle, how long is it, that small lorry or big one, you understand? But when you have, this one, this panel here, automatically you understand that it's not a small lorry, it's either autotreno or autoarticolato, just like we have it here, or this one, you understand? So the answer is vero. The panel is placed there in order to, point out all this category of vehicle, even right from their back, you understand? So the answer is vero. Il pannello giallo in figura posto nella parte posteriore del rimorchio individua un autotreno o un autoarticolato. The answer is vero. Let's move to question number 3, which says, se un infortunato della strada ha una ferita sanguinante, la si deve coprire con materiale sterile o quanto più possibile pulito. Per bloccare sanguinamento. So what is our response to this question number 3? Question number 3. What is our response to this question number 3, please? Okay, we have 3. Vero. Good afternoon, Sister Magdalene. We have 3. Vero, 3. Vero, 3. Vero. Now, please, like I said earlier, learn how to respond fast. You understand? Because if you adapt to a system where you answer questions so slowly, on the day of your exam, you find it difficult because the time is reading. You understand? You can't prolong it. You understand? So that is why you need to learn how to respond to questions fast, especially in this kind of you understand, this kind of questions. Good afternoon, Sister Mary. Here it said, "Se un infortunato della strada ha una ferita sanguinante, la si deve coprire con materiale sterile o pulito più possibile per bloccare il sanguinamento." The answer to this question is because when somebody is injured, you understand, due to the road accident, as you know, as the primus supposor, what you need to do is to, you know, pick up any clean, you know, clean stuff, maybe your clothes or whatsoever, anything that is clean, in order to block the bleeding point, so that you know, the something will bleed less, before the arrival of the healthcare people, you understand, or ambulance. So the answer is Vero. You know, if you are having anybody who is injured due to road accident, you can, you know, make sure you stop the bleeding, you know, with the help of any of them, what is it called, them clean clothes, whatsoever. Make sure the something is clean as possible, you understand, as much as possible. So the answer is Vero. Se un infortunato della strada, ha una ferita sanguinante. Ferita sanguinante, of rather, let me try to break this place down. Who is un infortunato della strada? Un infortunato della strada is somebody who had accident, you understand, on the road, and a road victim, you understand. Here he said, una ferita sanguinante. Una ferita sanguinante is a, you know, wound, you understand, wound that is bleeding, you understand. So you need to cover it with, you know, clean material, you understand, or as clean as possible, in order not to, you know, block the sanguinamento is bleeding, you understand. So sanguinamento means bleeding. The answer is Vero. Let us move to question number 4, which says, trainare un rimorchio non comporta un aumento dei consumi di carburante. That is, trainare un rimorchio non comporta un aumento dei consumi di carburante. What is our response to question number 4? Question number 4. Good afternoon, Sister Violet. We are having Faso. We are having Vero, okay. I would like to ask, do we understand what is aumento dei consumi di carburante? No, yes, you have responded, but I want you to also do it like this. try to split this question. You understand? What is aumento de consumi di carburante? Try to understand this thing yourself from here. Aumento de consumi di carburante. What is it? If you can, indicate that at the comment section. Good afternoon, Mr. Gideon. Good afternoon, Mr. Casey. What is aumento di, aumento dei consumi di carburante? What is it? What do you understand by that word? Please, we have time to do that. I just want you to understand it, because some questions, there are ways you can split them and have a deeper understanding. But if you keep them, just in full, without trying to split them, you might not really have that, understanding that you need to have in order to be able to figure out the right answer to the question. So that is why I want you to, on your own, split this question. What is aumento dei consumi di carburante? Okay. Increase of fuel, okay. It means increase the consume of fuel. Okay, very good. Now, I got this response from these two people. Okay, means it will consume more fuel. Very good, Mr. Alaba. Okay. The carburant consume higher. Okay, very good, Sister Anita. Increase of consuming fuel. Now, even if you have responded to this question, I want you to understand this thing again and answer again, because now that we have understand what this this aumento de consumo di carburante is. Remember, there was a time we discussed about things that can lead to, consuming of fuel, you understand, or high consumption of fuel. We talk about when you open the window of your vehicle. We talk about when you on all those electronic devices like radio, AC, heater, all those things, and also we talk about load, you understand? Load and maybe towing of something, you understand? Now, I want you to understand this question again. Do as if you have not responded before. If you are towing a trailer, you understand? Do you think your car, your vehicle is carrying extra load? And if yes, don't you think, or do you think it will lead to high consumption of fuel? So if yes, then I want you to reconsider your answer to this question. I'm waiting. I just want to give us time to, to give a better response to this question number 4. And please, this I expect you to do in every of some of the questions you answer. Try to understand them in 2 or 3 places, split them on your own. Try to understand from here to here, what is this place talking about? From here to here, what is this? Then at the end of the day, you join them together to have a better understanding. It helps a lot to understand questions. Okay, Sister Favor said yes. Now, if yes is the answer, Sister Favor, check the question again and check if your answer is correct. If it's correct, re-answer it. Say, write the same thing. It's not a problem. I really want to waste a lot of time here for us to understand this question so that we can use this understanding to confront every other question. Okay, now we have, we have, I think, let me see, we've had enough time to meditate on that one. Now, the question is saying that trainare un rimorchio non comporta un aumento dei consumi di carburante, which means towing a trailer does not lead or result to increased consumption of fuel. I believe we already understand that is false, because this car here, you understand, if this car is traveling alone without this, motorhome or caravan, this car, where maybe the distance that maybe he covered, consuming 1 liter of fuel, might take it 2 liters or 1.5 liters of fuel. Because of this one here, this is extra load. You understand? So take note, towing a trailer can lead to high consumption of fuel. You understand? So the answer to the question, which says trainare un rimorchio non comporta un aumento dei consumi di carburante, it's not true. Anzi, comporta un aumento dei consumi di carburante. Now you see this non, you understand? Let's, for example, we don't have this non here. The answer would have been vero. For example, trainare un rimorchio comporta un aumento dei consumi di carburante. The answer would have been vero. But for the fact that we have this non here, N-O-N, which means not, you understand? It makes it falso. Because it's telling us that towing a trailer does not, lead or result to increase of fuel consumption, which is not true. You understand? The answer to question number 4 is falso. Please, I just want us to always try to split questions. You understand? Split questions before, you be able to, when you split it, you understand? For example, how do you split question? Or try to understand what the question is saying. It's telling us trainare un rimorchio. Now, one thing about so many of us, we don't understand something and will not even ask. At first, try to understand what is trainare un rimorchio. It's enough question for you to ask. Mr. Frank, what is trainare un rimorchio? I will always explain to you. Now, if you have you've already understand what is trainare un rimorchio, fine. It's telling you no comporta un aumento de consumi di carburante. Now you need to try to understand what is this, the meaning of this no comporta, and also aumento de carburante. Try to break it, split them, understand them, one after the other, because it's not your language. That is where the challenge is, lies. That is why you need to understand, because if you're able to understand all these things, my dear, there is nothing difficult for you to answer, in all these questions. You understand? So take note, question number 4 is false. Now let's move to question number 5, which happens to be our second question of the, second to the last question of today. Says, il segnale raffigurato preannuncia un tratto di strada con superficie sdrucevoli. So what is our response to this question number? Yes, Sister Chichi, the answer is not yes, you understand? It's false, because it leads to high consumption of fuel. So it's not true, it's not yes, you understand? So question number 5, let us move to question number 5, which says, il segnale raffigurato preannuncia un tratto di strada con superficie sdrucevoli. Sorry, I think I got this response from Facebook. He said, "Sir, you are confusing my brain." And also he said, "I understand, but when you translate it, you will understand." Though I can't picture out what you are trying to say, but what dragged my attention is that you are confusing my brain. I don't know how, I don't know what you are trying to say, but this is what I'm trying to let you know. When you are having a question, you understand? When you are, for example, if I tell you, because let's say, what's your name? Mr. Joseph. If I say, Mr. Joseph, go to the market and buy me maybe a crate of mineral. You understand? Now you first need to know what is market and what is crate of mineral. Now, because is your language, it will sound very easy for you to understand. It's the same thing that where you need to apply here. You want to answer question in the language that you don't understand. Try to understand what is this thing referring to. Now it's telling you trinary unrimorchio. You need to know what is this word trinary and what is unrimorchio. It's just like the example I gave. Go to the market and buy a crate of mineral. You need to know what is market. Is market a school or your farm or wherever? Now you now understand market is where they go to to buy and sell things. You understand? Okay, now what is now crate of mineral? So you see, you are not understanding what the sentence is talking about. It's the same thing here. Trinary unrimorchio, because some of us, when we answer question, we just do it like that. And these are things that, if you are just trying to guess a question in an example, it's a different case. You understand? Because you want to answer it, because believe me, so many people pass exam by luck. You understand? There's no doubt about that. But when you are in a place like this, where we are trying to digest all the whole questions and the answers, try on your own. Find out what is trinary, what is unrimorchio, and what is consumption of carburante. When you are able to understand it, especially so many of us who can drive, who have a driving experience in our different countries, you'll be able to understand, this is what this thing is talking about. You don't even need anybody to tell you the answer. The problem is when you don't understand what the question is talking about. That is why I'm trying to make you understand that you can split question to have a better understanding. So that is it. Now, we were talking about question number 5, which says, il segnale raffigurato preannuncia un tratto di strada con superficie sdrucevole. Now, our concern here now is going to be, what is superficie sdrucevole? You understand? Because this question now is telling us that this sign is representing a stretch of road that that is having slippery surface. You understand? That is a road that is slippery. Now, what another thing we want to know is, this the sign that tells us about a slippery road? No, because the sign that tells us about a slippery road is what we are having here. This is called strada con superficie sdrucevole. You understand? Road with a slippery surface. That is what we are having here. And that is not what this sign is talking about. This sign is talking about double curve. You understand? Double curve, when you have the first curve to your right, you understand? It's not talking about a road that is slippery. That is why the answer to the question is fast. You understand? So let's move to the next question. Okay, superficie, Mr. Emmanuel, is the surface. You understand? Surface of the ground. You understand? So that is it. Do we have any other question? Okay, very good. Question number 6, which is this. Please, I don't expect any one of us to mix or fail this question number 6, as it happens to be the last question of today. But before then, please, why don't you just try and stop a little bit, share this video, with your friends, you understand? Just share it, you understand? If you share it, you are encouraging me, you are doing your friend, good, because so many of you are here because somebody shared the video with you. Just do that. Click the share button. Make sure you also like the video. I appreciate you for that. So as we proceed, thank you for that. Number 6 says, nella strada rappresentata per ogni senso di marcia, le corsie di centro e di sinistra sono dedicate di norma a sorpasso. What is our response to this question number 6? Nella strada rappresentata per ogni senso di marcia, le corsie di centro e di sinistra sono dedicate di norma a sorpasso. What is our response to this question number 6? Ok. Nella strada rappresentata per ogni senso di marcia, le corsie di centro e di sinistra sono dedicate di norma a sorpasso. Ok. Very good. I can see your response. I can see your response. I can see your response. Before I proceed to explain this question, please, I want to beg every one of us. You see, this time we are, so many of us are on holidays. Please make sure during these holidays, use these holidays to engage yourself, doing quiz and asking questions and answering questions, so that by the time the holiday is over, you at least that you don't just use it to sleep. You understand? I'm not saying you're a sleepy type, but what I understand that when you walk, you are tired, it's time for you to regain yourself or relax, you understand? But you can, because if your alarm do ring maybe 6 o'clock before to wake up to start by 8, and your alarm ring this time 6 o'clock, don't go to bed again, please. Just take that time. Just give 1 or 2 hours, you understand, to quickly, do quiz, you understand. Don't forget about it, you understand. Use this time to, improve yourself in that area, so that by this time next year, you forget anything that has to do with, this quiz and other stuff. So that is it. Now, let's come back to this question number 6. Nella strada rappresentata per ogni senso di marcia, le corsie di centro e di sinistra sono dedicate di norma a sorpasso. Now, this road, remember, this is, please, at the comment section, how many carriageway do we have in this type of road? How many carriageway do we have here? Please be fast. We have just 1 minute to do that. Carriageway. How many carriageway do we have here? How many carriageway? How many carriageway? How many carriageway do we have here? We're having 1 minute to respond to that. And the time is moving fast. Okay. Okay, very good. Please, one of the objective of all these questions is for you to understand them and understand things you need to understand them, because there is a question that can still come from here. That is why I'm giving us this question. Though that is not what we are talking about now, but in case of tomorrow. Now, carriageway is the part of road reserved for circulation. You understand? Carriageway can only be divided, take note, by traffic divider, which is party traffic. When you have a kind of fence or wall at the middle. But this one, what you are having here is not fence, it's not wall. This is just continuous line. So in this diagram, we are having one carriageway. Take note of that. Because there is another question, one day you jam a question that will bring this kind of image and ask you how many carriageway do you have here? This is one carriageway. If this thing was this one that we're having, the middle was, a traffic divider, party traffic, as they used to call it, then you can call it two carriageways. But for the fact that this is just a double continuous line, so we only have one carriageway here, you understand? So that is that one. Now, going back to our question, you see in this carriageway, or on this carriageway, what we are having lane 1, lane 2, lane 3 to one direction, lane 1, lane 2, lane 3 to another direction. Now, look at the way I named it, or the way I named them. I start from here. 1, 2, 3. Lane 1 is the lane reserved for the normal or for normal circulation. You understand? While lane 2 is, reserved for example, if I'm having a vehicle here and I'm at the back of this vehicle, I'll use this one to overtake this vehicle. You understand? The same thing if I'm having a vehicle here, this vehicle is overtaking this vehicle, and I want to overtake this vehicle, then I'll use this one to overtake. So lane 2 and lane 3, they are lane reserved for overtaking. You understand? So what the question is telling us, for example, if you look at here very well, you see the way I try to, represent the question. You can see here, we are having vehicle A that is moving on the normal lane that is reserved for circulation. You can see vehicle B that is overtaking vehicle A, and you can see vehicle C that is overtaking both vehicle A and vehicle B. So lane 2 and lane 3 is reserved for overtaking. Now, the question is referring to lane 2, lane 3. You understand? These 4 lanes, you understand? Sorry. The question is referring to these 4 lanes, you understand? Because they are the lanes that you find at the middle, and it said, to your left, you understand? Let's go back to the question again. It said, nella strada rappresentata per ogni senso di marcia, le corsie di centro. Corsia di centro, you see, these are the middle lane, and or di sinistra, which is the one of the left, you understand? Sono dedicate di norma a sorpasso. So the answer to the question number 6 is vero. This lane, they are lanes reserved for circulation, you understand? So take note of that one. The answer to this question number 6 is vero. Nella strada rappresentata per ogni senso di marcia, le corsie di centro e di sinistra sono dedicate di norma a sorpasso. So these are the questions we have for today. So I really want to appreciate you. Thank you for your time, for being here. See you next time so that we'll continue from every other questions that, we might want to answer. I appreciate you for today. Have a wonderful day. And please, if you have any question to ask, don't forget, you have my number. You can ask questions. You can send your questions there. I will always try my best to make sure I give you the response that you would like to know. So thank you. Have a wonderful day. I appreciate you. See you some other time. Bye.